It can't be that freaking hard, right? Getting healthy, being healthy, staying healthy. I believe that having optimal health is the pathway to living a truly fulfilled life. I'm your host, Ashleigh Mythen, a qualified naturopath who's passionate about finding solutions to your health problems, because your health is my business and healthy starts here. Welcome to the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode. Today, I want to talk about managing stress and the menstrual cycle. So first thing, I want you to really appreciate what's going on in your body. There's, so many fluctuations and hormonal changes that are going on that, I think taking a moment to appreciate that your body is essentially preparing to create another human being. And when that doesn't happen, when you don't fall pregnant, then your body has to restart that process all over again, clean it all out and begin again to start building that lining up, building that up to a place where it can happen. And there's so many hormonal things that are happening to allow that to happen. And, there's a lot of people that can tell that there are certain aspects of their cycle that they feel more stressed. So how do we manage our stress throughout our menstrual cycle? So first of all, I think it's really important to identify when you feel stressed in your menstrual cycle. So you can do that by keeping track of your cycle. You can use a bunch of apps like Clio or Kindara. There's plenty more that where you can start taking note and writing down when you feel more stressed. And, obviously there can be external stresses that can be going on that could be, more significant in some months than other months. And, you can then, when you start to be aware of when, in your cycle that you feel more stressed, once you identify, you can then start planning around that. So what you could potentially do is start to realize, okay, the week up to my cycle, I'm more tired, I'm, premenstrual, I'm more irritable. So, perhaps not, making any big decisions in that time or, doing things that could add to your stress. Like I've got a friend that says that she never liked to book a hair appointment the week leading up to a period because she often has, wants huge changes and things like that she later regrets. So this is just something to consider. That's just something playful, but, I think even looking at, around work or, things that you maybe keep other commitments, maybe looking at that and helping yourself manage it by maybe planning out your month to suit that. If you're aware of feeling more stressed at certain times. Another thing, I recently did a podcast on gut health and your hormones as well. So really making sure that your gut health is functioning at its best, because that is essentially going to be helping produce your hormones and all the processes that help them function. So if your digestive system isn't working properly, and how we know that is that it's not working properly, either having some kind of issues or inflammation, or you're going to have diarrhea or constipation, bloating, any kind of discomfort in your digestive area is basically saying that there's a problem there. So if you've got problems there, then, you may not have the right tools within your body to help your hormones work as well as what they could. So I think that's another thing to consider. So how is your overall health? So I firstly identify, look at then maybe the month ahead. Okay, I know when I'm going to be more stressed within my cycle. How can I shuffle things around? What can I do that's within my control that can help me with this? Is it asking for some support? Is it perhaps reaching out and getting some help and support with the kids in that time specifically? Maybe, getting the parents or friends to help me out. Is it asking support or help in the workplace, or, changing or asking, to move around some commitments and things like that? It's really just respecting where you're at and using what you have to make things better. And there's always something that you can do. And of course, there are many other things at play, like if in the case of, PMDD and things like that, which is premenstrual depressive disorder. So, there's many other things that could be going on neurologically as well as gut health. But I think, first of all, just looking at the things that's within our control will help you feel like there's some hope and light at the end of the tunnel. Of course, so now that we've got our diet right, we're making sure that we're eating the right foods. So, yes, of course, your gut has to be working right, but are you eating the right foods to help that function? So we're wanting, basically, some protein. We want protein with every meal. So whether that looks like, if you're a meat eater, making sure you're keeping your red meat to a minimum because that can be inflammatory. But if you're, vegan or vegetarian, making sure you're adding some kind of legumes or lentils, eggs, fish, that kind of thing in with every single meal. You want palm-sized protein, and protein is the building blocks for our body, which is important for all functions of life. You want every meal to have some protein. You want every meal to be filled with veggies. You want every meal to have, mostly veggies, and that your palm size is how much you want of your protein. You want about 2 tablespoons of good fats. So that's avocados and nuts and seeds. It could be fish. Anything like that, that good fatty acids, which help, hormones are made from fats, and which can help, balance your hormones, but also help your stress. Your brain needs amino acids to function properly. It needs good fats to function properly. It needs carbohydrates, which is in your vegetables and things like that. So it's really important to fuel your body so then it can help that stress manage well. A really good TED Talk to watch is it's called Make Stress Your Friend. And I totally recommend watching it because it just highlights how that the stress response is a natural bodily function that helps our body prepare for stress. What's happening within your body is natural. It's a fight or flight. So basically, if that bear was there, it's preparing all your body to fight and deal and manage with that stress or run away. And it's how it's doing that is sending out cortisol and adrenaline and epinephrine and sending all that energy out to your extremities, away from your digestive system. So it's preparing your body to fight or flight. So understanding that your body is just helping you, it's just trying to help you deal with what's going on, is another way to appreciate that your body's just doing the best it can with what it has. And in stressful times, your digestion is switched off. So being kind to yourself, maybe, trying to find a moment to switch off and slow down before you eat. Maybe choosing more slow cooked foods over raw foods, which are a little bit harder on the body in that stressful state. Keeping those really basic things mindful will help you manage your stress better in your menstrual cycle, depending on when you're stressed. Maybe you need more sleep. I think that's something to consider. If we're feeling more stressed, leading up to our period, which is a lot of the time when women see that their stress levels are higher. Of course, it can be different for everybody, but generally speaking, then maybe allowing yourself somehow more sleep, either going to bed a bit earlier. Maybe you need more sleep in that time. So sitting down and just, once you've identified to go, okay, what is it that I need to help me through stress at this point in time, and just jotting those some things down for yourself, and then working out a actionable plan how to do it. So it's one thing to go, yes, oh gosh, a holiday in the Bahamas would be amazing right now, and it probably would, but it maybe not be something that you're capable of doing at this point of time for whatever reason. So it's going, okay, what can I do in this moment? Maybe it is as simple as going to bed an hour earlier. Maybe it's, adding some good fats and making sure you're getting that protein. If you've got digestive problems, maybe it's time to book an appointment with a health professional, or, maybe consider why this is happening. Is this because of certain lifestyle or dietary choices, or is this something else? Does this need further investigation? So I think, considering all those things will definitely help you. And of course, there may be some nutrient deficiencies. There could be some, like I said, neurological things going on. Generally, I recommend magnesium for all women, and magnesium is our mineral that's our natural relaxant. It's also very supportive in the stress response. It also helps, relax our muscles. So often when we're stressed, we tense in our muscles. So magnesium can help, just relax that. And it's also very good for balancing hormones. So getting some magnesium could be a good start, either using a magnesium oil or taking a magnesium orally as well, and maybe some B vitamins, which help with stress too. So it's really looking at supporting your body, which is doing everything it can. It's all these processes are totally natural, totally normal. It's just supporting it so then it helps you feel like you can cope better. Whether it's reaching out to people or looking at some actionable steps within your control, or it's adding some extra things in there to just support you in that moment. I'm also a big fan of bark flowers as well. So that's like rescue remedy and things like that, which they're flower essences that support that emotional component. If there's something else that's going on, it helps kind of unlock and break through some of those barriers. So yeah, there's some kind of basic things to help manage stress in the menstrual cycle. I would also consider maybe adding like an evening primrose oil or some good extra fatty acids if it's not something that you're not eating a lot of in your diet, because like I said, good fats to every single meal you should be adding, because it's so important for hormonal health as well as stress. And if you're not eating that much, maybe you're allergic to nuts, or maybe you just don't like the taste of avocado, that's totally fine. Then perhaps supplementation is the best avenue for you. Of course, if you're needing more help and support and to really talk this out, then I'm always here. So please, you can book an appointment, www.ashleighmythen.com. We can do a one-on-one. I'd love to help you, or you can just send me an email at info@ashleighmythen.com. I would love to hear from you and help you along your health journey.
Thank you for listening. It can't be that friggin' hard, right? Be kind to yourself and each other. Till next time.